This is Moni and Pem Sherpa. They are from Nepal and actually got married on the top of Everest in 2005. They did this as a way of defying the caste system rules in Nepal and inspiring others. Now, they live in Michigan with their 2 daughters and own a store and restaurant. Recently, with the help of writer Corinne Richardson, they shared their stories in the book Beyond Everest. I think you should go read the book, but I'll be interviewing them on here about growing up in Nepal, being an Everest Sherpa, and more. Stay tuned.
If we success to climb Mount Everest, then we'll marry on top of Mount Everest. We both are from different ethnic group, which was not possible for us to get married. And so that's why we thought after marrying on top of Mount Everest, it was Pem's idea. So if we success to climb Mount Everest, then we'll marry on top of Mount Everest, so that with our success news, our parents will be happy and they'll forgive us and they will accept us as a husband and wife. Our parents did accept that.
Yeah, it was a crazy idea because we met on one of the basic advanced climbing training, and we become good friends and fell in love, and we decided to get married, but there is no way we can do the arranged marriage in Kathmandu because of the ethnic background, and she's from city, I'm from village, and I thought maybe that would be kind of interesting idea to get married on top of Everest, yeah.
That time, intercaste marriage was very rare. It was very difficult. So we want to send a message to Nepalese in Nepal that if you love each other, religious or other background doesn't matter. It was totally a secret, because if it was if my parents have known or somehow this is leaked, then my parents wouldn't let me go to Everest and cancel all the expedition and everything. Because even there is ethnic background, we are different, and even religious way too. I was brought up Hindu and he was brought up Buddhist, so.
And it's interesting, when we are at the base camp, Moni and me, an expedition team at the base camp, and one of our friends knows that Moni and I'm a boyfriend and girlfriend, and he's like, oh, if you guys are climbing Everest together, why not you guys get married on top? And I'm like, well, that's a cool idea. But we already got planned for that, but he's advising us there at the base camp.
It was nice. Rather than that, I was scared now how we are going to tell our family. That part was the scariest part for me. Rather than getting married and climbing was much more easier compared to now how I'm going to face my parents. That was my biggest fear.
Well, for me, I'm mostly independent. I left my home age of 12, and since then I'm kind of doing my own thing. So the wedding part is just more it's just my decision, and my parents didn't really say anything, but they're definitely upset that I didn't really consult with them.
This was the first wedding on top of Mount Everest, or the highest point. So this news made us very popular, and then that helped us. That's how we start working for Rotary. We used to travel for Rotary and then get the project. So with our name, we want to do something for the village, for Pem's village. So we brought water project, we built school, we did dental camp, and all our friends whom we got connected with Rotary, they were so happy and they are very helpful.
It's interesting. We climb Everest, and then after the wedding and come back, it's get interview taken 10 times a day and things like that. And it's sometimes being known people is also not much fun, because you have to face with so many people and all kind of weird questions that they ask. But overall it was fun. We got to interview so many people and share our experience. And Moni as a team leader, and then me and Kami, another friend, and we just 3 of us. We had a kitchen stop at the base camp for cooking, but most of the above base camp is just 3 of us. We are doing everything by ourselves, and the Rotary clubs in Nepal sponsor for all our logistics and everything. But the whole idea is to take an international flag on top of Everest and bring that to Chicago to hand over RI President during the centennial year.
It was a gift from Rotary Club of Nepal to Rotary International. We used to be like, I am the charter president of Rotary Club of New Road City. My dad used to be a Rotary. That's how this Rotary Club of New Road City. So that's how this Rotary was formed, and then they were the Rotary member too. So in one of our installation, we decided to do this project, Rotary Centennial Everest Expedition 2005, so that like in Rotary in Nepal, we didn't have a district that year. So all the Rotarians, they thought maybe with this big project, we might get a district in Nepal. So that year, we decided to do the Centennial Everest Expedition. It's Rotary 100 years of celebration. So that's how this was formed. And then we climbed for Rotary. So we hosted the Rotary Centennial Everest Expedition flag on top of Mount Everest. And as a child too, I always wanted to do something different. Even at home, like if they say this is girls' job, I hate people saying that, because I always say what men can do, women can do it too. So I always say like what women can do, men can't do it. So I want to encourage women in all this outdoor field, like, because even my mom, they always think other people, women's are like just, their job is just to give birth, like take care of the house, give birth to the child and take care of that, that's it. And I always say, no, we can do everything. Like, you know, we can take care of the house, family, even outdoor, everything. So that's how I want to come, I want to share these stories to the world.
I was brought up in city, and my dad and mom used to work in a tourism business. So we have a restaurant, we have a guest house in Nepal, and I used to help them whenever we have school off day. And then I see a lot of backpackers, they go trekking and all, and I always wanted to go, but in Nepal, like normally girls, they are not allowed to go alone or something, so I never got that chance. So when I went to Bangkok, I studied there and people asked me about Everest. I didn't know nothing about it. So when I came back, I heard about this training and I started joining this just for fun. So that's how my mountaineering journey started. So I did my basic training and I did very good in that. I did basic and it was much better, and then in advanced I met him, so that was another journey again. And then he encouraged me like that year, and then the next year we climbed Island Peak, and that year Pim climbed Everest for the first time, and we shared each other's trip. And then he said like, if you climbed Island Peak, I think you can do Everest too, why don't you try for that? And that's how the project started. Beyond Everest book is, I think, like why one should read is, it's about not only about climbing Everest, it's about like how we did and how two different lives, like one is city life, one is village life. People came all the way to USA and how they are living right now. So all our immigration stories, everything is here. So I hope somebody might get inspired of this.
This is a book that tells the real story of the Sherpa local who grew up in a village, struggle your life and climb Everest and getting married with a different ethnic group and come to US and become a US citizen and
raise a family here.
Raise a family here. So it have a huge like mix up story. So hopefully people will like it and be inspired with the story. Even I have this really interesting life story, but because of my education background, I couldn't able to write it. But I met a Corinne Richardson through one of my best friend, and then she kind of shows the interest, and then we went back and forth in Nepal a few times, and then she really got into it. So it took a few years to get it out, and I'm really excited about the book and that I can able to share with the world. Yeah.
I think it's really great. It's like Pam's dream come true, even mine. So we put all our stories, everything in our book. So in future, like our kids or next generation, they can read the book and get encouragement from us.